Hi class, you made it to week two. All right. I know week one it's a lot of work and trying to figure it out what to do and where the class actually fits in your career path and all the stuff that you got to find out. But you made it through week one. Now we are in week two. So what are we doing in week two? So starting this week, you're gonna start now looking into different like libraries and different models, so to kind of understand more about what is the whole thing about machine learning. I know, we are all excited about machine learning. You are very excited to know more about it, and probably those that are already in the field, they want to continue enhancing those skills. So, what are we gonna do week two? I want you to pay full attention to this week because it is important that you understand the basic, and it is important that you keep on track every single day of everything that we have to do and what you need to learn in order to be successful in the class and in order to be equipped with all the tools that you need to land in your future job. So, the objectives of the class is already there. Compare human and machine intelligence. Remember that the whole idea of machine learning or artificial intelligence per se is to kind of how can we imitate the human's brain in a machine version? How can we, our neurons, how we think, how we process data, how is everything connected? How can we do that in machine learning? We are not there yet, okay, but we getting there, okay. So and the way we getting there is definitely doing what we are doing, learning the basic and making improvement every single time. Okay, so this class for this week, you're gonna see different machine learning models, and we're gonna compare the way humans brain actually works and how machine learning and these machine intelligence works, okay, or kind of like operates. We're going to apply those concept of neural networks to solve um, programming problems. Neural networks, how are the neural network connected? How do they work? And one of the main one is Keras libraries. We're going to go into that in a few seconds, but I don't want to make this introduction too long either because you're gonna go over the module, you're gonna learn all of this. Therefore, I don't want to take too much of your time. But we already went over the instructions of the basic, like what is machine learning, specifically using Python, using um, the libraries like Juniper Notebook. As I mentioned, if you don't have it, get familiarized with the one that Google provides. It's free. You can play with it. It doesn't have too much GPU, but at least it allows you to run basic algorithm. All right, so that you're gonna need that. So this week, as is mentioned right here, you will be creating neural networks using Keras library. Keras, you can go to the website here. It's Keras.io. You can start looking and reading about it, how they use TensorFlow, PyTorch, JX, and you can read more about it. You can read more about how Keras actually works, what is it used for in deep learning, the purpose of it, and how you can kind of try to imitate the human's brain or the neural network and trying to kind of like simulate that in a machine learning model. So start looking into this. Go to this website, read. If you were new into this, I don't want you to go too deep into like Keras to the point that you might get lost. Okay, so I want you to go step by step. I want you just to um, go, as I would say, as slow as the class is taking you. Stay one step at a time, and go slowly. Don't try to digest all of this because you might get confused, especially if you don't have a strong background in Python and you had no idea about how the machine learning models or how the whole thing works. Okay, so artificial network nets are a biologically inspired machine learning approach that simulate layers of interconnected neurons. You see, the whole idea is to how can we interpret or imitate the different layers, how the human brain or neurons are interconnected. How is it that when somebody's looking at something, I'm looking at you, I can move my fingers? How that signal is transmitted? How the brain makes that decision that, hey, I have a headache. and it's telling me that something is wrong in my system. How can I do that? How can I say, okay, I have a headache, but it doesn't mean I don't have to go to the hospital. I might need to take a medicine for that. It's not like I'm in huge pain that I need a surgery. How can I make a differentiation? That is where the different layers of interconnected networks or neurons actually works. It can differentiate, if something is different colors, if it's gray, instead of being green, this is when it comes into it. So you're gonna be doing all of that. We're gonna be using, data set to train, and then to make comparison and to classify test data using the classification model. Um, so to see how accurate our information is going to be, how precise it's going to be, or we're going to be, far off the information that we're looking for. So, as I said, once again, go into your virtual lab, a portal, see if it works, or you can just do it in your local machine that you can play with it, run it. Um, and as I said, continue practicing with Python. If you need some tutorial in Python, I can send you some material about it that you can read. You can go over. There's a lot of online data, online tutorials, learning material that they are free. You can learn if you want it. If you have a question, just let me know. But as I said, we're gonna be using Jupyter Notebook, and we provide that in the class. But also you can download it by yourself if you want it. That is the interpreter that we use in so for this class. So continue using that, continue learning, continue going over the different resources that we have put in there. I'm going to be providing some videos as well during the week, not only mine, but for some of my colleagues, other video that I find that they are interested for this class or for the week, in YouTube or some other sites that I visit. You're going to see that during the week, but just keep yourself busy, keep yourself playing with it. So review the module 2 resources. Don't forget your post. You gotta make sure that you have that initial response, and also that you reply back to at least two of your peers that you can get full credit. Complete the module 2 assignment, review the project 1. Okay, that's our project 1 coming up. You gotta review it, you gotta make sure that you're on top of that, and reply back to your peers. Let me see if there's something else that I want to share with you from week 2. Yeah, this is some of the data that you're going to be reading about. Specifically, as I mentioned, the how the human brain actually works. We're going to learn some concepts. We're going to relate that into machine learning, how we actually use it when it comes to the data science perspective, and watch some videos that I'm going to be sharing with you. Specifically, that deep learning with Kara, it's important that you read it. It's important that you go over it, you play the video, so that you have a better, a strong foundation of what that is. What are the three basic functions of neurons? It's good that you know what are they. Please read it, answer the question, why are neural networks important? You want to have that questions there so that you can answer it. So it is important, as I said, that you go over the basic. Once you know the basic, then you can start building upon that, because otherwise you are gonna be very confused, through as the week goes, right? As we move on in the class, you're gonna be very confused. So um, yeah, this is the discussion, human brains and neural networks. You're going to have to tell me the different and define, what you consider based on the data that we have provided you guys, why we have the human brain, and that we're trying to mimic the same concept, the same functions through machine learning. Okay. Don't forget to go through the rubrics and make sure that you are meeting the guidelines and the requirements, because otherwise you will lose point. I don't want you to lose point. This is not an English class, but you must align to that. You have to write your report. You have to make sure that you're doing the right thing. Okay, you're writing your project professionally done, so that way you don't lose any point. And project 1, don't forget, it's coming up, so make sure that you get that done. So this is module 3. We're not gonna go into that. So if you have any question, please let me know, and I wish you good luck in week 2 as you did in week 1. Let me know if you have any question. Reach out, send me an email, and see you and during the week. Bye bye.